Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is mostly my Sonic game collection. Since Sonic Central happened in the past week, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's talk about my Sonic games, because I've actually been wanting to do this video for a long time, but I just never got around to it. So, here it is! Most of my Sonic games. I really hope I'm not missing any, because I had to do like a double check scrolling through all this, but like, I'm not going to be including a lot of side games. For example, I'm not going to include Sega Superstars for the iToy as part of the collection. I'll include the Mario and Sonic games, I guess, but Sega games, I'm not going to count. They're not going to be in any particular order. Like, I'm going to try to make it like console to console as close as I can, but sometimes they're going to be like a sequel that's on a different console, and I'll get into that later, I guess. But without wasting too much time, let's get into my Sonic game collection. So the first game I'm going to start off with is actually my favorite game of all time. As much as I love Crash Bandicoot, this one tops it, and that is Sonic Avenger Dx. I never had a Dreamcast, so I never got to play the original Sonic Adventure, so this was my first experience with Sonic, I think. I first enjoyed him as a cartoon / action figure, and then I got the games, and I'm like, you know what, I really like this. And this is actually my childhood copy that I bought at Toys R Us. I originally borrowed it from my neighbor, and I'm like, you know what, I need my own copy, so I bought it. And I still love this game to this day. In fact, I actually just got done streaming this on my channel, and I still love it. It's still an amazing game. As a kid, I could not beat Big Story because I did not understand how to get the fishing to work right, because I couldn't get Froggy to latch on for the life of me. But I somehow I learned a trick, and I got it. It's not that hard. I also do have this on PC, so I can technically play the definitive version, but sometimes I just want to go back to the original GameCube version because, I don't know, I like the colors. I like a lot of things about this game. Part of it's nostalgia, part of it's just, I like it. I don't know. I just like it. Next up, we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now this game, I remember I thought this is my favorite Sonic game of all time, but then after going back and realizing the Emerald hunting stages aren't as fun as Sonic Adventure because you have to look for them one at a time. They just don't go off randomly. And the mech stages are not fun. I'll be real. I don't like the mech stages. But the Child Garden, on the other hand, and the multiplayer, yeah, I love this game. This game is fantastic. And we need an HD port for Xbox One and PS4 and even Switch for these games. Because, yeah, we're getting the Origins collection, which is fine, but where's the love for these games? Hell, I want a new version of Sonic 06. Just give it to me, please. But let me know in the comments, which one do you like more? Sonic Adventure 1 or 2? Or neither? I read the comments. Go ahead, tell me. But speaking of Origins collections, we got something kind of close to it, and we got the Sonic Mega Collection. Now, this is my somewhat introduction to the classic games. I remember I played Sonic & Knuckles on a Genesis at a campsite once, but for the most part, this was my experience to the classic games. And I gotta tell you, I did not like it. One, I'm not very good at the classic games, and two, playing it on a GameCube is terrible. The D-pad, if you want to use a D-pad, is too tiny and not good to use, which is probably the one and only time that a D-pad really sucked on a Nintendo console. Two, more importantly, try using an analog stick for a 2D side-scroller. I don't know how many people do it, but I just can't. It's not comfortable for me. But if I really want to play the classic games, I can either play them on my Genesis Mini, or wait until next year, because we're going to have them in widescreen and plus some other features, so it's going to be the absolute best way to play those games. It just sucks we got to wait a whole nother year for it, though. Well, speaking of collections, we got Sonic Gems Collection. Now, for the Sonic Gems Collection, for the US, it was only for the GameCube, but apparently in, like, UK, they had it also on PS2. I don't know, I don't know why it was only GameCube in the US, but fine. But there was one reason I picked this game up, and it was mainly for Sonic CD. And it's good that I mentioned this because I actually forgot a few games. So originally, I had this PC version of Sonic CD, and my PC at the time could not run it. I was running like a Windows 95 or a 98, but I can't remember. I was very young. But I remember I could not get the game to run. However, I did love going through like the features, putting it in a CD player and listening to the soundtrack. Like, I love seeing all the character bios and all the art and all that stuff. So I'm thinking, if I'm gonna play this game, I gotta get this collection. And just like Mega Collection, I did not like the 2D games. However, the one game I did love on this game unironically, is Sonic R. Sonic R is just a god tier game for me. Like, me and my friend Chris, like, he and I actually streamed that game, like, completing it from start to finish, grabbing all the Chaos Emeralds, grabbing all the coins and all that stuff. Like, it was a blast, and I want to do that again. This game, I want Sonic R to come back somehow. Like, can we get a remake of that or something? Like, I'm so happy I can still play this to this day. Okay, next up, we got Sonic Heroes. Now, Sonic Heroes is the first ever video game I bought with my own money. Yes, Sonic Adventure 1 on the DX, I was borrowing that from my neighbor, and then I eventually bought it with my own money. But this is the first game I ever bought with my own money. Looking back on it, I tried playing it again recently. God, it is so sloppy. Like, it is really hard to play this game towards the end of it. I remember as a kid, I had a hard time doing, the Egg Fortress, and as an adult, I am having a hard time doing the Egg Fortress. I hate it so much. But I have a lot of nostalgia for this, so I'm gonna keep it in my collection forever. Next up, we got Sonic Riders. Now, this game is very love and hate in the community. I love this game because when you're good at it, and you actually have the patience to actually learn the mechanics and actually start to, like, understand the metagame a little bit, it is an amazing game. Unfortunately, it is very tough to find somebody who is as good as you or just good at all at this game. I have some friends who kind of know how to play this game, but I played it a lot more than they did. So I actually love this game. Like, it's tough to recommend to people because it's really hard to pick up, but when you do pick it up and you actually get good at it, oh man, it is a blast. Oh man. But a lot of people compare this to Kirby Air Ride, and I never grew up with that game, and to be honest, I prefer this. Am I a fanboy? Not really. I just never really played Kirby Air Ride all that much, so I couldn't pick it up as well as this. We also got the sequel on PS2 because it also came out on the Wii. But at the time, I didn't have a Wii. Will I pick it up on the Wii eventually? Maybe. But as of right now, I'm just going to stick with the PS2 version and just live with it. This game was alright. It was okay. I remember I did not love it as much as I loved the first game, but the only thing I did like about this game was the fact that Silver was in this game, because I love Silver. Silver is my favorite character. That's it for that. Next up we got Shadow the Hedgehog. Now this game, I remember when it first came out, I was excited. I'm like, oh man, Shadow swears. Shadow has a gun. Oh my god, this game is amazing. As an adult, actually, I haven't really played this game as an adult all that much, but I don't really want to. I'm afraid that my love for it's gonna die a lot. Also, there's a metal Shadow in here in the multiplayer. Like, I'm not sure how many people know that. I'm not sure how many people have friends that play it with. But yeah, there's a couple of metal Shadows in here. It's actually pretty awesome. But the game wasn't all that good. I never got the true ending to the game because I did not have the patience for that. It was horrible. I don't want to do that. Screw that. I guess we'll move on to the Wii, because I do have a couple of the Wii games. Because I didn't get a Wii until, like, a couple of months before the Wii U came out. And even then, like, I had a small collection. I had to sell most of it. And I just got my collection again just a couple of years ago. So, one of the first games I wanted for this console was Sonic Colors. Which is really funny because we're getting a better version in a year, not even a year, a couple of months, I'm sorry. In a couple of months, we're going to be getting a better version of this game anyway. And I got the one with the holographic case because that's the one I had originally, and I'm like, you know what? This looks really nice. So trying to track this version down was a little bit of an effort, but I got it. I mean, this game is fun. But it was the first game that really, like, lowered my expectations for Sonic games when it comes to its narrative. And ever since then, it's been a train wreck. So I want a good narrative again in the Sonic game. Can we get that again? And then we got these two. Not much has to be said about these. I didn't play these much. I played them for like maybe an hour or two at most. I haven't touched them again. I only got them recently just to complete the collection. Kind of. Just for collection purposes. I don't care about these games at all. I think we're going to move on to the PS3. Because I do have the Mario and Sonic games, but I kind of want to have them in their own little section of the video. So let's move on to just PS3 games. This, no lie, was the first game I wanted on my PS3. It was Sonic 06. I was so hyped for this game for years. And did it live up to it? A little bit. A very little bit, at least for me. And a lot of people did not like this game at all. I like it. I wish I had it for the Xbox though. But I don't have an Xbox. Apparently the Xbox version is better. But yeah, this game, I find it as a Sonic Adventure 3, and I enjoy it as such. I try to make this game a playthrough at least once a year, because I still love it. But God, towards the end of it, I'm like, thank God it's over. But I still love playing through this game, though. Don't get me wrong. Next up, we got Sonic Unleashed. But actually, I first got it on PS2. So as a kid, I beat it on PS2, and loved it on PS2. But it took me a long time to get the PS3 version, because it took me years to get a PS3 to begin with. And the differences between these two games is night and day. It's incredible. Funny. The difference, I like how it says on the back, the difference is night and day. That is hilarious. I swear to God, I didn't intend to make that joke. But I do want to play this game eventually again. But if I do want to play Sonic Unleashed, I kind of want to play it on Xbox Series S or X and play it on that, because it's the definitive way to play it, because you have a stable frame rate and a good resolution. So eventually, we'll see. But also, before I move on, this is like the best game besides Sonic Generations. Like, that's the best gameplay. But this is like the best story and character development and all that stuff since, like, this is they've never gotten better since this. I want to go back to something like this. I kind of want to do a video on why I love it so much, but I'm not a Sonic expert, so it's going to be a very mediocre video. But if you want to see it, let me know in the comments. Next up, we got Sonic Generations. I remember I was super hyped for this game. Remember the announcement trailer that they showed off, where they showed him, like, running off, like, you know, in the white void, and then him jumping off and having a classic Sonic. I was watching this video before high school started, like right before first period, and I was shaking in my boots. I was so excited for this game, and I could not stop thinking about it for months. And this is probably the most hyped Sonic game in a very long time. They haven't gotten this hyped since then, and this is, what, the 20th anniversary? They haven't done this good in 10 years. Sonic, please, get good, bro. Even though the story was really boring, the gameplay was god tier. In fact, the modding community for the PC version is still thriving. So get this on PC if you can. And I remember when I first got this on PS3, I picked it up from GameStop. I couldn't drive yet, so Mom was taking me. And then she took me to Grandma's after. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Mom, I have school in the morning, and I know as soon as I get home, you're not going to let me play this game. So god damn it, let's go home. And then I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm playing this game. You robbed me out of time out of this game. I'm getting that time back. Who needs sleep when you're, what, 17, 18? When did this game come out? It was holiday 2011. So yeah, I was 18 at this point. Yeah, who needs sleep? Next up, we got some of the racing games. We got Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and All-Stars Racing Transformed. This game is god tier. This game is great. This is a great introduction. Don't get me wrong. But this game, for the longest time, I actually preferred this over Mario Kart 8. Now I don't play it. But man, this is still an amazing game though. Part of me wants to stream this actually. You know what? Yeah, let's play this game again. I have it on PC, but it's easier for me to stream it on console though, because my computer's not that great. We can't forget about the Wii U. So we got Sonic Lost World, the Deadly 6 Bonus Edition. This game was actually not terrible. It took me a bit to learn the parkour at its best capabilities. It took me a while for me to properly learn it, but when I did, it's not bad. It's fun. I don't want them to go back though. This is like their most experimental game that they made, and they haven't gone back to it since, so I thought it was a waste of time. But speaking of waste of times, need I say any more? I remember when this came out, I got this on the Wii U. I got it on 3DS as well, which we'll get into that later. And I also picked up Digimon All-Stars Rumble. Some fighting Digimon game, because I played Digimon Rumble as a kid, and I loved it. I spent so much money that day, and it was all a complete waste of money. I actually enjoyed my first playthrough of this, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I actually did a playthrough of this game a long time ago. So if you want to see some early KGR, like very cringy KGR, I mean, watch that video. Holy crap, that takes me back. Actually, I don't think I ever finished that playthrough because I was doing 2 playthroughs at once. I was doing one main playthrough, so I knew what I was doing. I could play in my own time. And then I did a YouTube playthrough to help people, and plus, you know, just do my commentary and all that bull crap. This game sucked. I tried playing it again, like, in this past year. I couldn't do it. This game made me want to kill myself. Then the PS4 generation happened. Like, on PS3, we got a lot of Sonic games, okay? Even GameCube, we got a lot of Sonic games. The PS4 generation, we barely got squat. Okay, I picked this game up on Switch because it's a classic game. I'd rather have the classic games be on my Nintendo consoles, personally. But we got Sonic Mania Plus, okay, which is a good game. I'm not good at it, but I enjoyed it a little bit. We got Sonic Forces. I remember when this game came out, I played it, and I'm like, God, this game is terrible. I enjoy Sonic 06 more than this, okay? Even though this game does function a lot more than that game. It's just, when you get excited, when things are finally starting to pick up, and you're like, you know what, this is actually a good level, it's over! They spent most of the development time working on just the engine. And I feel like the game was just an afterthought. This is not a fun game at all. But I do plan on streaming this, so catch that. Actually, by the time that this goes up, I'm pretty sure I've already been done with the game. It's really short. And we also got Team Sonic Racing. Now, I remember when this game was coming out, I had a friend that I was talking to about this. And he was excited for it. And I'm like, why are you excited for this? They're not promoting this game at all. They're only pushing the music. They're not showing off any gameplay. They're not getting any hype trailers at all. So I have very low expectations for this game. Also, the fact that this is only a $40 game. If the game's only $40, you gotta expect very low things. And this game was alright, alright? I'll be real with you, it's not a bad game. But it does not live up to Transformed. Transformed is a better game. Get this on PC, play it in 60 frames a second, because this is the only thing that this game has going for it. The fact that it runs on 60 frames on a console. PS3 and 360 and Wii U, 30 frames. Except for Wii U, it might drop a little bit more. But if you're playing this on PC, you get 60 frames, and it's just a much, much better experience. The cars don't transform in this at all, I don't think. And even then, it's only Sonic characters, while with this, you have a good selection of Sega characters. So, this game is much better. This game is much, much better. This, I wouldn't waste your time. Or money. I have one more PC game, the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC. I just got this because, well, the guy I worked with kind of made me buy it, and I'm like, you know what, fine. It's only, what, a dollar or two? I'm like, sure. And it came with free Sonic screensavers and stuff, but because this is like a Windows 98 type of game, the 95 and 98, I couldn't get this going on my computer. So now I want to buy a 98 or 95 computer to get this game running. But let's move on to handheld games. Now, some of you are probably expecting my DS or Game Boy collection first, but no, I got a curveball for you. So the same guy who made me buy that also made me buy this, which, to be honest, I'm kind of happy he made me buy this, because it's a fun thing that I have. And that, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to tell. You know what? We're going to have to turn down the ISO on this, because it's being washed out. So what we got is Sonic Jam on the Gamecom, okay? I don't know how this plays, and I don't want to know how it plays, but I'm pretty confident it's garbage. But here it is, the Gamecom. But when it comes to the good handheld games, this one I actually gotta thank my buddy Eric for, because he got me this a long time ago, and now it's actually gone up in price, and that is Sonic Advance. I've always wanted a copy of Sonic Advance as a kid, and I never had a complete copy. So this is like one of the few complete Game Boy Advance games I have in my collection. This is the first complete Game Boy Advance game I have in my collection, actually. So this means a lot to me. That's the only boxed Game Boy Advance game I got. I have a couple of more Game Boy Advance games, kinda. So I think we're gonna find them in the DS cases. So let's move on to the DS games. So the first one I want to go over is Sonic Rush. This is the only Sonic Rush game I have on my DS. I've wanted Sonic Rush Adventures, but when I went to pick it up at Toys R Us, they had no more left. So I was very upset about it, and I never went after it since. And I mean, I like this game for the most part. It was fun. If you want me to stream this, I have the capabilities of doing that because I got a 3DS capture card. And apparently that thing's worth like $2 grand now, which is stupid. But Sonic Rush is a good game. Now let's see what's inside here. Okay, inside here we actually have the Game Boy Advance video of Sonic X. Wow, it's not good. I mean, I like Sonic X. I love Sonic X as a show. But as a Game Boy cartridge, I enjoyed it at the time, but now, holy crap, it really does not age well at all. But another Sonic game that I actually did love as a kid in high school, unironically, was Sonic Chronicles. I don't know how well this game ages as an adult. Maybe I should play this game again sometime. Let me know if I should stream this. But after watching some videos, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to. because the fact that there's vomit sounds in this game really shows the quality. But at least it has a child garden in it. I remember I even pre-ordered this at like Best Buy, and I got like the 3 stylists or whatever. I don't even have all of them anymore. The Sonic one just disappeared. The Knuckles one is in here somewhere. I remember that. The Shade one, I don't know where Shade is. But inside this case, yeah! I got Sonic Battle on the Game Boy Advance. And at the time, I paid $15 for this game. Now, actually, what does that game go for? I was looking at it last night on price charting. Okay, so apparently, according to this Game Eye app, for like that I use to help like complete my collection and stuff, a loose copy of this now goes for like 30 bucks. A complete in box is 100, and new is 128, almost 130. Okay, wow, good investment. It's an alright game. I never beat it. Cause remember I wanted it for a while because I knew like they did episodes in Sonic X, and I remember they promoted it in some Nintendo Power magazines. I'm like, you know what? I want this game. It's alright. It's alright at best. And for 3DS, we didn't pick up much. We got Sonic Boom Shatter Crystal. I never beat this game because it was like a Metroidvania game, and I don't like Metroidvania games, so I just moved on very quickly, and I realized I wasted a lot of money that day. But we already went over that story, so what we should go over now are the Mario and Sonic games, because I haven't gone over those yet. So first up, we got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Shocker. But I picked it up on a DS first, because I didn't have a Wii at the time. So my neighbor had the Wii version, I had the DS version, so we played both, and we both had fantastic times. But the DS was mine. Eventually I got a Wii version. But I don't play the Wii version much anymore, but I want to again. Should I stream this? Yo, let me know in the comments what I should stream out of all these games I played. We also got Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics. I remember when this was coming out, like me and my neighbor, I think we were tossing football or something, and I was talking about it, and we were like super excited, or we were throwing frisbee. We were doing something outside, and we were talking about this game. We were super excited because I'm like, yeah, more Mario and Sonic. You can't say that nowadays. And just like the original, they had it for Wii, I had it for DS. They didn't have a Wii balance board to really take advantage of snowboarding or skiing or anything, so we couldn't have the full experience. But eventually I got a Wii balance board, but I never got this game on the Wii, and I got rid of the balance board, so now I gotta pick up both of those eventually. And then I picked up this game from Toys R Us, Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games, and that is when I realized I wasted my money. Because you can't even play as all the characters in this. Like when you pick a certain event, they only select you to 4 characters, which, don't get me wrong, is technically better because they're actually made for those, like the best characters for that thing. But damn it, I want Sonic to throw a giant pole, okay? I want Tails to run. I want Eggman's fat butt to run down that 10 meters. I enjoy it, but no, they won't let me do that. So I should have picked this game up on, what, the Wii or the Wii U? What else did this game come in? 2012, so it may have been the Wii. I don't remember. I didn't enjoy this game, and I'm looking around, and I'm like really hoping I didn't miss any games, because no lie, during this recording, I was picking off games off the shelf, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that, oh, I forgot that. Because like the Mario and Sonic games, Team Sonic Racing, like, whoops. So I really hope this is it. I really hope this is the full collection. So with that said, that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite Sonic games. What other games should I pick up? What should I stream? Because I do want to stream more Sonic games. And also, let me know how do you feel about the Sonic Rangers. Let me give out my opinion real quick. So when it comes to Sonic Rangers, I'm optimistic. Like, part of me is excited, because also the fact that it's going to be taking advantage of PS5 and Xbox Series X, kinda. I don't expect ray tracing or anything, but I expect some value out of it, because it's not going to be a PS4 game on a PS5. This is going to be a legit PS5 game. You know, a PS4 version is coming out as well. So I'm excited to see how much they take advantage of the hardware, if they do. But I'm also very nervous, because they burn a lot of bridges in the past couple of years with Sonic Forces and Team Sonic Racing. So I don't have too high of expectations. Like, part of me is excited, part of me wants this game to be good. But it's gonna take a lot for Sega to earn our trust back, you know? So we'll see where it goes. I'm excited, but not blindly excited. So that's it for the video. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's all my socials, so follow me on anything if you want. But more importantly, subscribe and hang out in the chat because we talk about Sonic a lot, so why not? Go ahead and do that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. So my name's Kyle, so peace.